If you decide to watch this, I'm assuming you're a fan of Lost Wave, or are at least familiar with the song I just played. The formerly lost song Everyone Knows That, or rather, its actual name, Ulterior Motives by Who's Who, spawned a viral lost media search that ended with a less than safe for work conclusion. Turns out it was the craziest marketing stunt Coca-Cola has ever done. Now that EKT is found, that doesn't mean at all everyone's searching was done in vain. There were plenty of musical artists that might have been false leads, but got a new wave of recognition due to the EKT search. There's Kalapana, Osni Mello, and who could forget White Mike Johnny Glove? You know, I really like those songs from him. I wonder if I can find more. What? Okay, it took me to the EKT subreddit. And this is all just stuff from those YouTube videos. Who the hell is this guy? White Mike Johnny Glove is what seems to be a highly obscure musical artist based in Jackson, Mississippi, and was formerly a lead for the singer behind EKT. The origins of the lead come from a YouTube comment that was posted in January 2024 on an upload of an EKT snippet. It reads, "Reminds me of this guy," followed by a link that leads to a 17-year-old YouTube video of a performance titled White Mike Johnny Glove Dangerous. The commenters said they got it from a forum online and don't have any other background information on it. The channel that uploaded these videos, Andrew Dunaway, has 4 videos of this performer in total. Slip Away, which leaves me in agony that there isn't a higher quality version of because it slaps so hard. Dangerous, like you never had, and baby, that's the bottom line. Frightening ain't the word, and crazy's nowhere close. Girl, I'm gonna mesmerize your mind. Another song that's honestly just kind of funny to me. Funky Broadway. Broadway. Okay, funky Broadway. Broadway. A cover of a song by Wilson Pickett, and a short interview. He can be seen in these videos performing in front of a sign that says Starstruck, and from the description of each of these videos, we learned that Starstruck was a public access show in Jackson, Mississippi that, much like Johnny himself, has very limited information on its existence. Ultimately, the lead became a hit because of the vocal similarities he shared with the EKT singer. And the fact that he was so obscure. If you were following the EKT search in early 2024, you saw this man everywhere, even out of the corner of your eyes. There were so many posts about him on the EKT subreddit, they had to make a new one, just for him. This theory had its run, people dedicated a lot of time into researching Johnny and Starstruck, but despite all that, no one could confirm or debunk it, since Starstruck ended up being a lost media case of its own. April 28th, 2024. Folks, I thought I'd never see the day. EKT got identified, which of course means that Johnny Glove didn't sing it. So, you all did a crazy amount of digging on the background of this unknown singer and are gonna move on like nothing ever happened? Not if I have anything to say about it, okay? For the remainder of the video, I'd like to recap the research that has been done on Starstruck so far, with the intention of bringing new interest to the search. I would like to say thank you to the EKT subreddit and the Johnny Glove subreddit, specifically these users. That is where I got pretty much all my information from, and I'll be putting their posts and comments in my video description, as well as on screen when needed. That being said, let's get to recapping. Naturally, the video on Andrew Dunaway's channel that provides the most information on Johnny and Starstruck is the interview. I'll let it play out while I break down the key points.
We have you again in the studio with us, Johnny. I know that you've been here once before as an artist with J-Town Records. Tell us more about it.
Well, I've been with J-Town Records 4.5 years now, and we're coming to a close of a project we've been working on.
an album, actually. What we're doing is we have 10 songs that we've been arranging. We're in the process of mixing and mastering the albums right now. I'm not really sure at this point when it's going to be out on the market. We're not really sure when we're going to shop it around. But things are looking up for us, and I'm really looking for a good year. Great. I heard you were one of the best out of Daytime. Tell us a little bit more about the likes and dislikes and hobbies of Tom. Well, I'm very, very fond. My role model, I guess you would say, would be Michael Jackson. I've really looked up to him for many years now. You know, he's a wonderful entertainer. He's really inspired me. I've worked with Jesse Mathis. He's my producer down at J-Town Records, and Val Benson. Jesse's worked with me for the past 4.5 years, and we've really got a lot of material that I think all of you out there are really going to like. Funk, rhythm and blues, pop and rock, you know, it's basically rock and roll, but it has a good sound and a good feel, and I think it's going to go over real well.
Curious. Given this information, it seems that searchers were able to find the J-Town records that Johnny mentioned in the interview. Its Discogs page describes it as a 1980s to 1990s soul and gospel label from Jackson, Mississippi. The names Jesse Mathis and Val Benson can be seen while looking through the credits of what has come out of J-Town Records, though Johnny's album, or any mention of him at all, is not on there. Now, Johnny's name drops of Jesse Mathis and Val Benson were helpful, because we can confirm these people did work for J-Town Records in Jackson, and if we were to contact these people, that may give us something promising since apparently they were both directly involved with Johnny. Though very unfortunately, the searchers were able to confirm that the two producers Johnny mentioned have both passed away. Another person who has been seen with Johnny is the interviewer herself, of course. Searchers say that this person is most likely a woman named Charlotte Chenault Coleman, the host of Starstruck, who has sadly passed away as well. For now, that is the extent of what is known about J-Town Records and the people who have been involved with Johnny. Another point of interest in the search would be the Starstruck show itself. Searchers were able to find interesting things about it, but not many real leads. First of all, the White Mike Johnny Glove videos weren't the only Starstruck videos on Andrew Dunaway's channel. There's one more Starstruck video of a reggae group called Uptown Rebels performing a song called Unabomber. We know this was on Starstruck from the video description, the sign, and that familiar wooden terrace. There's also other interesting videos that are found in a playlist on Andrew Dunaway's channel titled Favorites. There's a 30-minute video and a 9-minute video, both called Sanders Speaks. They're of a man named Enoch Sanders, and there's 11 videos of Enoch Sanders on that YouTube channel in total. The description of one of those videos reads, "This is from Jackson, Mississippi Public Access in the mid-90s. Enoch Sanders is a regular at the public comment portion of the city council meetings."
Hello, peoples. Welcome once again to another edition of Sanders Speak. Sanders Speak, Sanders Speak, Sanders Speak.
There's that wooden terrace again. These recordings could be from a separate show that used the same set as Starstruck. Another thing of note is that in one of the videos, there's a frame of it that reveals that this initially aired in 1995. That's really all people could find on YouTube, though there is another trace of Starstruck on the internet in the form of newspaper clippings. According to this newspaper article written in 1990 for the journal Focus, Starstruck threw a fun blast to showcase local talent. As for what that local talent was, a handful of artists were mentioned, though there was no mention of Johnny. You know what would be pretty awesome at this point? Some new information from the perspective of someone who actually watched Starstruck while it was still airing. Luckily, that is exactly what happened on February 21st of 2024, when Reddit user Charles Benz contacted one of the people who were involved in the recording of the White Mike Johnny Glove videos and received a response. Now this is the development we've been waiting for. Let's take a look. Thank you for reaching out. This is all amazing. Unfortunately, I don't have any real intel for you, but here are some more vapor trails. All of these Starstruck videos would have been recorded from broadcast sometime between 1992 and 1994 in Jackson, Mississippi. My wife and I attended different local colleges. Some years into our relationship, we were astounded to learn both of our friend circles were fascinated with Starstruck, and this artist in particular. My group called him White Mike, hers knew him as Johnny Glove. I think she's probably closer to the truth, and they just added Glove to his actual name. We called him White Mike in reference to his MJ inspiration. She also recalls seeing another Starstruck episode where he wore a white leather jacket and performed All the Way Live Girl by Coolio. My friend Andrew eventually digitized our VHS tapes of the Starstruck broadcasts and uploaded them. He split the difference on the name. Several years ago, I reached out to the public access station in hopes of tracking him down and also gaining access to the Starstruck archive. No one knew what I was talking about. I can't even recall the station ID now. More recently, we heard a rumor that he was working at a new restaurant in town. We rushed over for lunch, but again, no one knew Johnny. I really want Johnny/Mike to be the mystery man behind the mystery song, but the voice doesn't quite sound the same to me. It's very similar, but the timbre is a little different. Maybe it's due to studio processing or age. At any rate, you have rekindled my Johnny Club fascination. I'm going to ask around with some friends in public broadcasting to see if anything shakes out. So, the main thing I'm taking away from this response is Johnny is more of an elusive character than I thought. There was a whole group of Jackson locals who loved him, but were as clueless about him as we are now. It may not have been real intel, but the information given in this response is definitely useful. We know a time frame of when these were recorded, the origin of the name White Mike Johnny Glove, and we have an account of the other Starstruck performance he did, which we know exists because of the interview. And also about the name thing, for all intents and purposes, I call him White Mike Johnny Glove, or just Johnny throughout this video. But like Andrew's friend said, that's just a nickname. Neither his stage name nor his real name are known. There was a whole situation where someone said his real name was Johnny Raza, but that was just a hoaxer. Let's fast forward to 2017. I Don't Know How, But They Found Me. I Don't Know How, But They Found Me is an indie music project from Salt Lake City, Utah. One that I am quite fond of, in fact. I promise this is related to Starstruck. They made their debut in August 2017 with their single Modern Day Cain. Take a look at the music video. First of all, absolute banger. Secondly, the theme of the music video is of an 80s band performing on a fictional cable TV series called Superstar Showcase. Does that sound and or look familiar to you? You are not alone. There are a handful of people pointing out the similarities between the music video and the videos of Starstruck. The lead singer Dallon Weekes himself, in an interview, said that this music video was based off of a YouTube video that he found featuring a cable access television talent show from the early 1980s. The similarities are glaring, from the wooden terrace to the color of the walls to the name of this fictional series. Could Starstruck be the show he was inspired by? This is such a cool artifact that I had to mention it. And I have a feeling Dallon Weekes is a lot like me and you guys, because he likes nerdy stuff from older decades too. Go listen to I Don't Know How. Anyways, I'm very well aware this video is getting dense, but just hold on, we'll get to the good parts. Most of what I covered so far feels like looking into the past, a tale of 90s music and television, and people's fond memories of it. But what if I told you, Starstruck still exists? Not the real thing to my knowledge. More like a Starstruck 2.0. Well, that's exactly what it is. There's a Starstruck 2.0 apparently. Starstruck 2.0 seems to be a group of people remaking the Starstruck set and creating a new Starstruck. There are 5 uploads relating to Starstruck 2.0 on YouTube, those being Starstruck 2.0 Studio Build on a channel named Billy Valentine, and 4 different clips of Starstruck 2.0 Episode 1 on a channel named Haley Bryant. Well, it's not the real thing, but it's definitely a way for us younger folks to watch some more Starstruck. I'll start by talking about the first video, the Studio Build. It's a woodworking video of who I assume to be someone named Billy Valentine making a recreation of the Starstruck set. You probably want me to play some clips from it, and I want to as well, but unfortunately the video has been set to private. Luckily, I was able to screenshot the most interesting part. Johnny. This video had the audio to Johnny Glove's song Dangerous in the background, as well as him sneakily appearing on a laptop. Not only was Starstruck mentioned in 2019, which I'm already surprised by, but the man, the myth, the legend himself can be found in that video. Granted, I believe Billy Valentine used the audio and footage from that old YouTube video Andrew Dunaway posted, but that's still really cool. Now that you've seen that, you must be dying to watch the other Starstruck 2.0 videos. I mean, do that on your own of course if you'd like, but I'll also be talking about them because I watch them myself. So, of course, the short little YouTube playlist on Haley Bryant's channel reads as one episode of Starstruck 2.0 split into different parts. Video 1 is a 34-second video that acts as an intro to their episode. There's people dressed up. It looks like there's some clips of old news broadcasts and recordings of old events. The description of the video says it was originally broadcasted on Facebook Live on September 9th, 2017. The video preceding it is the actual start of the episode. It's a 7-minute video of a kitchen tour of a local restaurant. Not much to see here, it's just exactly that. Though there's something about that reporter.
Everyone, Spot a Glove here.
I'm sorry, your name is what?
Spotted glove.
Did we just find a White Mike Johnny Glove cosplayer? The last two videos are a performance by the band The Eunuchs and an interview with them.
I was a teenage werewolf. Things got pretty hairy. I hated my guts, and the girls thought I was scary.
The Eunuchs were a punk band from Jackson that were active in the 1990s. I did watch both videos. There's nothing to me that stands out in terms of the Johnny Glove search. It's just band members playing and band members talking. I mean, they're pretty funny.
We were more performance art, honestly. I think at
And
first.
I'm still coming to realization every day how much we really suck. Can't believe it.
Who are you talking about?
Us.
Oh.
It would be great to contact the people in these videos, but there doesn't seem to be a way to properly contact them. Starstruck 2.0 shows that the memory of Johnny Glove's career still lives on through Jackson locals. I don't know if these people understand that this project of theirs is one of the only things on the internet that documents their beloved childhood TV channel. The Johnny Glove search is dead, and EKT killed it. What kept the search going was the thrill of finding the fabled EKT singer, aka Christopher St. Booth, but we didn't know that back then. The hype for Johnny Glove started to fizzle out when the community started realizing that it's pretty unlikely that he's the singer. Could the EKT community reminiscing about old leads lead to a revival in the Johnny Glove search? I hope so. Will my video lead to a revival in the Johnny Glove search? Well, it better. What else did I put in all this work for? I mean, for fun, but reviving the search would also be really great. Just fantastic. In my original draft for this, I was all like, boo-hoo, this is a cold case. But no, it's not a cold case. My lazy ass just wanted to call it a cold case. And I wanted this video to be under 20 minutes, but look where we are now. And I'll be so honest, when it comes to Lost Wave, I'm more of a lurker than a searcher, so this is not in my comfort zone. But I really tried to stretch my brain for even the most minimal leads. And here's what I got. I'll start with the lead that directly relates to Johnny the least, but it may still get the search somewhere. I implied earlier that Slip Away and Dangerous seem to be originals. Keywords seem to, because no original version of these songs were found. One potential area of research comes up if we consider the possibility that Slip Away and Dangerous may be covers. This could be some sort of crazy Lost Waveception, where Johnny covered these songs that got lost to time, and he himself became a lost artist as well. If we find any original versions of these songs, it would at least be cool, or it could lead to our next big discovery. Who knows? The next potential lead I want to cover is contacts. Contacts. Lost Wave searchers love these things. Some great work has already been done in terms of contacts, though with all the moving parts of this case, it can get a little overwhelming knowing which contacts to seek out next. Let me offer some ideas. See this band list? Yep, that was me. Pulling from a couple of other sources, of course. This is a list of bands that have been associated with Starstruck in some way. Contacting members of these bands to ask about Starstruck may give us a good lead. This one might be really a stretch, but I want to see what other people think. During the interview with the Eunuchs, one of the members mentions the Jackson State Fair. If there are any archives of this event from the 90s, that may be good to check out. I'm also curious about what footage is spliced in the intro of Starstruck 2.0. It does seem like some kind of event. Between the Jackson State Fair and whatever this event is, Johnny could have been at either of these. I mean, isn't this how Like the Wind was found, with Whorefest and all that? Now, I'm getting ahead of myself, but you understand the sentiment, I hope. The last potential lead I'd like to mention is, of course, brute force. White Mike Johnny Glove stands, we need to go Super Saiyan on those databases. Discogs, ASCAP, BMI, find American or international music databases and sift through people named Johnny active in the 90s. I tried this once on Discogs, and my brain got damn near fried. That being said, it's good to have multiple pairs of eyes when doing these types of things. As I said before, I'm new to searching, so there's definitely people out there that have more of a knack for it than me. People who I'd love to see contribute to this search. I feel somewhat obligated to follow the leads I mentioned since I myself am suggesting them, and I'll try, but it won't be easy. I am in college and I have a lot of other responsibilities to attend to. Yeah, I can't do Lost Waves all day. It's quite sad. Though I do cordially invite anyone watching this to take these leads and keep the search alive. I really do have a feeling that if we were to have even a handful of more people on this case, then it would be a breeze. And now's about time to wrap up. So folks, Thank you for listening to my Lost Wave Yap session, and I hope this was a useful overview of the Johnny Glove search. Please feel free to leave comments if you have theories or if you have critiques on my video. I'm open to all that, obviously. I've never made anything like this before. And if you hate it, comment, "Boo, this sucks." That'll still give me engagement. At least, I think that's how that works. Anyways, thank you once again, you beautiful Lost Wavers, and happy searching.